It turns out there are artifacts found in space that might just hint at extraterrestrial technology. From strange signals to mysterious objects orbiting Earth, these objects raise more questions than answers. Could they be remnants of advanced civilizations, tools for interstellar communication? We might just have evidence that we're not so alone after all. Tabby's star, officially known as KIC 8462852, is about 1,480 light years away in the constellation Cygnus. It was first discovered in 2009 and became rather famous for its bizarre light patterns. Observations from the Kepler Space Telescope showed that its brightness fluctuated in strange ways, with some dips as high as 22%. Now, unlike most stars, Tabby's light changes were erratic and unpredictable. At first, scientists thought a planet might be causing the dimming, but the dimming patterns were just too irregular to fit that theory, so this led to some pretty wild ideas. I mean, some think the star's light could be affected by an uneven distribution of dust, which isn't exciting in the slightest, but some scientists put forth the idea that the dimming might be caused by some sort of massive structure surrounding it, specifically a Dyson sphere, built by aliens, which opens and closes, possibly being used to harvest energy from the star. And that is a pretty fun idea. There have been a couple curious rectangular shapes spotted on Mars, and rumors and conspiracies started to spread online about these things possibly being of alien origin. Discovered by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, this rectangular object, possibly a boulder, was captured in stunning detail from about 180 miles above the surface. The high-rise camera used for the photos has a resolution of about 1 foot per pixel, allowing us to see stuff we might not expect from just a rock on Mars. Then there's the Phobos monolith, located on Mars's moon Phobos. The massive rock is about 295 feet tall. Amateur astronomer Efren Palermo first spotted it while doing an extensive analysis of Martian images. The size and shape of the thing definitely make it stand out. It casts quite the shadow, giving it an almost imposing presence. The monolith has even come up in fiction. In Alastair Reynolds' 2012 science fiction novel Blue Remembered Earth, the monolith is explained to have been carved by astronauts into the likeness of a wrecked spaceship. But, are these monoliths visitors from the far reaches of space like in 2001: A Space Odyssey, or are they just large rocks? In 2020, astronomers detected a mysterious repeating radio signal coming from the direction of Proxima Centauri, the closest star system to our own. Proxima Centauri is about 4.24 light years away and has at least one known planet, Proxima b, which sits in the star's habitable zone. The signal, which was detected by the Parkes Observatory in Australia, was pretty exciting. It was a narrowband radio signal, a type often released by artificial sources, so this meant, of course, that there was a possibility that whatever this thing was could have been a communication attempt from some sort of advanced civilization. The Listen Science team at Berkeley SETI Research Center spent months analyzing the signal, though, and ended up determining that it was likely caused by interference from human technology. Likely, though. That still leaves a small possibility that it was caused by something else. Did NASA capture an image of a doorway on Mars, or is this just a natural formation? The image was captured on May 7th, 2022 by the NASA Curiosity rover. It clearly looks like some sort of entrance to me, even looks like there's a set of stairs beside it. But is this just a case of pareidolia? Well, unfortunately, I gotta say that's probably the case, but I mean, who knows? I'm not here to crush any dreams, I'm just here to present what I find and let y'all come to your own conclusions. And the same goes for this next one here. This is a cropped view of an image from the Mars Opportunity rover compared to a Neo-Assyrian attendant god statue from the British Museum. It's easy to see why people saw this rock and thought that it looked uncannily similar, because it looks uncannily similar. Did Martians visit Earth back in the day and return home with a souvenir? Were these sculptures actually inspired by stuff aliens brought to Earth and showed us humans? Both are fun ideas, but just like the mysterious doorway, are people's minds just playing tricks on them? The Black Knight satellite is an object that some believe is orbiting Earth, and that it's possibly an alien device of some kind. In 1899, Nikola Tesla detected mysterious signals while experimenting with his radio technology in Colorado. He thought the signals originated from the atmosphere, but soon realized they were actually coming from space. A few years later, an Italian inventor, electrical engineer, and physicist picked up similar signals, and Norwegian engineer Jørgen Hals noticed unusual radio echoes that took longer than expected to return. These echoes, known as long-delayed echoes, or LDE, are still unexplained. In 1973, a Scottish researcher by the name of Duncan Lunan claimed to decode messages coming from a mysterious satellite, saying it sent a star map directing us to the Epsilon Bootis star system. Then there's the STS-88 mission in 1998, where astronauts photographed what some believe is the Black Knight satellite. NASA, however, dismissed it as a loose thermal blanket. UFOologist Jax Valley has dug into supposed evidence of the satellite for decades, though, only to have his findings mysteriously confiscated. Some theorize that the Black Knight, if it really is hovering around up there, might be a time capsule from a lost, ancient, advanced civilization meant to preserve knowledge or technology, or that it's an ancient piece of alien technology that's been watching us for who knows how long. So, alright, I'm cheating with this one, but how about an artifact we've sent out into space in the hopes that it will be found by extraterrestrial life? And no, I'm not talking about sending out radio signals. I'm talking about actual physical objects called the Pioneer Plaques. These are gold aluminum plaques that were attached to the Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11 spacecraft launched in 1972 and 1973, respectively. They feature pictorial messages that include nude figures of a human male and female, along with symbols meant to share information about the spacecraft's origin and its creators. No better way to do that than just show them a nude image of you. The plaques were strategically placed to make sure they would be shielded from damage by space dust over time. The idea for the plaques came about when journalist Eric Burgess visited NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, spoke with Carl Sagan, who'd been advocating for communication with extraterrestrial intelligence. Sagan embraced the idea, and NASA approved it, giving him just 3 weeks to create a message. Working with astrophysicist Frank Drake, Sagan designed the plaque, and the artwork was crafted by his wife, Linda Salzman Sagan, with additional contributions from artist John Lomberg. Pioneer 10 was launched on March 2nd, 1972, followed by Pioneer 11 on April 5th, 1973. We haven't received a response yet, but hopefully if we do, it's a nice one. The WOW signal is one of the most famous and mysterious radio signals ever detected. It's still talked about to this day, even though it was first spotted way back in 1977 and has never been heard again. While working at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope, astronomer Jerry R. Amon noticed an unusual strong signal while monitoring for extraterrestrial communications. The signal lasted for 72 seconds and appeared to come from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. What made the signal so odd was, for one, it was around 30 times stronger than your typical background radio waves. Some started to think that the signal could have been a form of communication from an advanced civilization trying to reach out to us. Whatever it was, it stood out so much that Eamon circled the readout and wrote "Wow" on the printout, giving it its name. There have been tons of attempts to detect it again, but it's only ever shown up that one time. Some researchers have speculated that it might have originated from a comet passing by Earth. Others still cling on to the alien hypothesis, though till this day we still don't know for sure. In 2017, astronomers spotted an unusual object zipping through our solar system, naming it Oumuamua, which loosely translates to scout in Hawaiian. Now, what was cool about this thing was that it's the first known interstellar object to pass by Earth. Oumuamua is unlike any asteroid or comet we've ever seen. We don't even know if it is one. It was about 1,300 feet long and shaped like a cigar. Its speed was also remarkable, traveling at around 196,000 miles per hour, which was too fast for it to be captured by the sun's gravity. And the thing's brightness fluctuated as it moved. Scientists expected it to behave like a comet, showing a tail of gas and dust, but there was nothing of the sort. So what exactly was this thing? Well, some researchers were actually saying that it could have been a piece of alien technology due to its weird acceleration and shape. Others said it was probably just a piece of rock, a fragment of a larger object ejected from its home system. But sticking with Oumuamua though, one physicist had some very interesting ideas about it. Avi Loeb is a Harvard professor and astrophysicist who believes Oumuamua isn't just your typical space rock, but might actually have been a piece of alien technology. He looked at its odd behavior, the fact that it seemed to be moving in a way we'd never seen before. Loeb proposed that Oumuamua could have been a light sail, a type of spacecraft that propels itself using the pressure of sunlight or starlight on its surface. This concept isn't just science fiction either. Researchers here on Earth are already looking into light sails as a way to explore space. If an advanced alien civilization existed, it's possible they could have built technology like this already. What's abundantly clear though, not just about Oumuamua, but about space in general, is that there are endless mysteries just waiting to be solved. Let's just hope we like what we find in the years to come. With all that said, I've been your host James, and I'll catch you, yes you specifically, in the next video.